Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, Threads, the community post, MySpace, wherever you can find me, go ahead and hit me up. And I'm back at you with your AEW Collision review. Colliders, we're back up, man. I'm back at you with another one. I missed last week, but it's all good, man. Last week we saw Ricky Starks and Willow Nightingale win the Owen Cup tournament for both the women and the men. And you see what happens, man. One was the main event of Ring of Honor for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship, and Ricky Starks was the main event of tonight's episode of Dynamite, or not Dynamite, but tonight's episode of Collision. So, you know, big things go on for both Ricky Starks and Willow Nightingale. Speaking of Ricky Starks, this episode of Collision started off with Ricky Starks and his celebration of him winning the Owen Hart tournament, man. He came out, Tony Schiavone introduced him. He comes out with a copious amount of pyro. Some would even say Cody levels of pyro, even grander than Cody. Just pyro that just wouldn't stop. It was just so much pyro, just so much explosions and pyrotechnics, celebrating one absolute Ricky Starks. And it was pretty cool to see Ricky Starks actually work as a heel. He was cutting a heel type promo, and even though he was healing it up really good, the people were really into him. People were chanting for Ricky Starks. People were chanting Absolute. People were chanting Ricky. So Ricky Starks is heel, but the people love him. Like, he's really good, man. People are some people even calling him like Rocky Starks or whatever, but it's all good. So Ricky Starks is talking about, you know, how he won the Owen tournament. He won it by any means necessary, by cheating, quote unquote. He held the ropes to secure the win over CM Punk. And of course, CM Punk was in the back. He walks out, and as CM Punk is walking out, he gets booed. He gets a little bit of boos from the AEW Collision fans, you know, the Colliders in New Jersey. As they're talking, Christian Cage comes out, and he's like, yo, he's talking about CM Punk. He's like, yo, man, what type of person would hold a championship that they didn't win? And I'm like, I don't know. I know it's not Christian Cage. Christian Cage would never do anything like that. So as they're talking, Darby Allin comes out. And this pretty much sets up the main event for tonight's episode of Collision. And it's going to be a tag team match. You have CM Punk and Darby Allin taking on the team of Ricky Starks and Christian Cage. And we'll talk more about the main event in a little bit. But after this segment, you had Andrade trying to make his way into the arena. He's trying to find the dressing room, and security's like, oh, hold up, homeboy. You can't come in, man, after what you did last week, after, you know, it attacked officials and referees and whatever, trying to get his hands on the House of Black. AEW management said, nah, brother, you can't come in. And Andrade's like, okay, cool, whatever, where's the locker room? And they ended up showing Andrade out of the arena. And I'm like, okay, surely he's going to show up sometime during the House of Black tag team match, right? During the Trios tag team title match. I'm thinking he's going to pull a Charlotte Flair and show up with a ticket. He didn't show up. But, you know, we'll get into more of that. And we'll get into more of Andrade and what he's going to be doing next week. But right now, it's time to talk about the Bang Bang Gang, the Bullet Club. Bullet Club go taking on Action Andretti and Darius Martin. And every time I see not Darius Martin, but Action Andretti, I think, yo, that's the dude that beat Chris Jericho that one time, and you were expecting him to be like a big star or have him have a big push, and nothing really happened, you know. He's doing this thing on Ring of Honor, and he's tagging with Darius Martin, but, you know, you don't really hear too much about Action Andretti. And as far as this match goes, you have Juice Robinson, who's becoming like more and more one of my favorite wrestlers to watch because he's just so crazy. Like, he's the living embodiment of drugs inside of an energy drink. Like, he's just so, his energy is just so crazy. It's just so infectious. And you have him teaming up with Jay White, who's just so chill and mellow and relaxed and calm, and they really do a good job of balancing each other out. And then coming out with them, you have the Ass Boys. and the funny thing was, during this match, you had the crowd chanting "Your daddy doesn't love you" or something like that, and that kind of popped me a little bit. End of the day, man, the Bullet Club ended up getting the win. And then after the match, the Bullet Club beat down Darius and Action Andrade. And I'm thinking, okay, is somebody going to come out and save these boys? No, nobody came out. They just beat them up and Bullet Club went about with their business. And next week it was announced that Juice Robinson and the Ass Boys are going to take on the team of Action Andrade, Darius Martin, and Gravity, I think. I think. It's going to be a trios match, and they labeled it as a dream match, and I'm like, okay, AEW, if you say so. I mean, I'm sure the match will be good, but I don't know if you would call it a dream match, but whatever. It is what it is, you know. It's all good. You know who it wasn't all good for? Nick Comoroto. Miro was making his way out to the ring. He was going to have a match against Nick Comoroto, and Nick Comoroto attacked Miro during his entrance. And it looked like he was trying to get the upper hand on this man a little bit, you know. He was beasting a little bit, you know, being brolic and being a monster and being a beast. But Miro, he's the redeemer. And he got out some redemption on Nick Comorato's ass. He hit him with the Machka kick, locked him in the game over. Quick squash match for Miro. So I mentioned the House of Black earlier, as they were taking on the Acclaim for the Trios Tag Team Championships. And, you know, the House of Black made their way out to the ring to make their entrance. And, you know what the time it is. The Acclaim comes out. Max Caster makes his rap. He's starting to rap. And this whole week, like, Wrestling Twitter was looking forward to seeing what Max Caster had to say. Because, you know, internet's gonna end it. We're kind of getting on Buddy Matthews. Calling him Buddy 22. If you know, you know. Getting on him about his relationship with Rhea Ripley and how in kayfabe storyline wise, you know, he's kind of getting cucked by a dude named Dominic Mysterio. So with this match, you kind of were anticipating what Max Caster was going to say about this whole situation. Turns out we're never going to know, because as Max Caster is making his, busting out his fat rhymes, you know what I'm saying, he gets to mentioning Buddy Matthews. Buddy Matthews just runs straight to him, knees him in the face. House of Black just starts beating up the Acclaim, and they were not letting up. The House of Black just beat the Acclaim this entire match. They beat the Acclaim so bad they won and retained their tag team titles, and they beat Daddy Ass into retirement. After the match, Billy Gunn took his boots off and said, "Look, I ain't doing this no more." He left his boots in the ring, and when a wrestler does that, it normally signifies that they're retiring. So the House of Black put a beat down on this man so bad that he took his boots off and retired. I don't know if it's like a legit retirement or an official retirement. We just gotta wait and see what happens, I guess, on either Dynamite, Collision, or Rampage to see what Daddy Ass has to do. But House of Black, they put a beating on these boys. It was pretty bad. It was epic. House of Black is still the Trios Tag Team Champions. So during this show, you had a video package for FTR, you know, hyped up their match against MJF and Adam Cole for the AEW Tag Team Championships next week. And then later in the show, you had FTR come out and, you know, cut a promo talking about the tag team title match. And, you know, I was kind of paying attention, but not really. They said words, you know, FTR Harris said some words. And then FTR Bald said some words. He was like, "Yo, man, I fought and scratched and clawed and blah, 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 you know, blood, sweat, and tears." And he was kind of like talking about how FTR took on being a tag team serious. They took on some of the best tag teams in the world, the Young Bucks, Lucha Brothers, this, that, and the third. And then you have Adam Cole and MJF, you know, having dance battles and playing video games and not really taking it serious. And, you know, FTR kind of took this personally. A lot of people on Twitter were saying that the FTR was the fun police, you know, kind of giving them crap, you know. But, you know, next week is going to be the tag team title match. FTR taking on Adam Cole and MJF. I said this on my Dynamite review, but I'm kind of leaning towards FTR retaining. I really want Adam Cole and MJF to be the new tag team champions. But, you know, I don't think that's going to happen. Hopefully it will. Hopefully I get proven wrong, but I don't think so. All right, you already know what time it is. It's 9 o'clock, 9 something, 9 whatever. So even though it's Collision, Rampage, Dynamite, we get that one women's one women's match. This week it was Taya Valkyrie taking on Sky Blue. And look, man, Sky Blue is a very attractive young lady. She's improving every time you see her in the ring. It's obvious why men are attracted to this girl. You know, she's attractive and she has a nice behind, alright? But some of y'all are getting very egregious. Even the AEW cameraman, you knew what you were doing. There was even the dude in the front row who just, you know, man, y'all are doing too much. Like, calm down. I know it's nice, but calm down. As far as this match goes, it was pretty straight, man. Taya Valkyrie was pretty dominant throughout this whole match, pretty much dominating Sky Blue. Taya Valkyrie ended up getting the win with a curb stop like maneuver, and then after the match, she called out, of all people, Britt Baker for a match on Dynamite, and Tony Khan made it official. So this Wednesday on Dynamite, we'll have the one women's match: Taya Valkyrie taking on Dr. Britt Baker DMD. Cool. We'll see where this goes. I mean, this should be an alright match, but you know, whatever. Also, another thing I forgot to mention, this was kind of like mentioned during the main event, but next week is going to be Buddy Matthews taking on Andrade El Idolo in a ladder match with Andrade's mask hanging from the ceiling, and whoever retrieves the mask first gets the mask. So if Andrade wins, he gets his mask back, and we finally stop hearing about Andrade and his mask. I have to go to my mask. Where's my mask? And if House of Black wins, they keep the mask. They have more masks. They have another mask. Cool. Now it's time for the main event. You have CM Punk and Darby Allin taking on Christian Cage and Ricky Starks. And this was really entertaining. You had Christian Cage come out with his turtleneck. You had the crowd chanting turtleneck. And it was funny because as the match was starting, you had Christian and Ricky Starks kind of on the outside, and neither one of them wanted to start the match. So as they're arguing to see who's going to start, the referee's counting. Ricky Starks just jumps in, and you know, him and CM Punk pick up where they left off from last week. And I saw on Twitter that the crowd in New Jersey was kind of being dicks during this match. It wasn't like the crowd itself, it was like a certain section. It was like section 5 were trying to get themselves over. Like they kept chanting section 5, and the rest of the crowd just said shut the fuck up as this was happening. So they kind of shut section 5 down. So section 5, you guys suck. The rest of the crowd, you guys are cool. And as for this match, you know, proper heel stuff. And like I mentioned earlier, the crowd was really into Ricky Starks and Christian and Darby Allin. CM Punk not so much. You had some people chanting for CM Punk, but CM Punk was getting booed. I think I even heard FTR getting booed a little bit too. So, you know, it's kind of going to vary from city to city as far as CM Punk's reaction. As far as the winner of this match, Ricky Starks won. He got another win, man, doing some dirty deeds by any means necessary. He rolled up Darby Allin, held the ropes. So, you know, pretty cool match. Good for Ricky Starks, good for Christian and his turtleneck, the true TNT champion. And I think that Darby Allin won the Rampage Battle Royale whatever match this past Friday. So at either All In or All Out, he's gonna fight Luchasaurus or Christian or whoever they feel like defending the championship. They're gonna wrestle at either All In or All Out. I'm getting the two confused because there are two pay-per-views that are happening back to back. So one of those all shows, Darby is gonna wrestle for the TNT championship. But as far as this show goes, as far as Collisions goes, as far as this week's episode of Collision, it was an overall fun show. Solid 2 hours of wrestling. Probably one of the best wrestling shows this week, you know what I mean? It gets the honorary W. Let me know what you guys think of this show. Let me know what you guys think of the matches. Are you excited for the ladder match to determine the custody of the mask? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace. Give Andrade his mask back, please. For the love of God, man. Jesus.